Hey, John Sarver fans, how we doing today? You know, every everybody keeps saying that if the DNA matches or don't match, it'll show that John Sarver is innocent, right? When DNA results come back. Well, why do you gotta wait till DNA results come back? There's no way to place him at the scene of the crime anyway. You got a bunch of witnesses that were born after 1984. All your witnesses are after 1984. The crime happened in 1984. But everybody who apparently witnessed him do something was born afterwards. How the fuck is that even possible? You know, John did file a motion to have to subpoena the family members' DNA. And of course it was shot down because the family members are under the protection of the state where they don't have to testify or give up DNA. My personal opinion is the only reason that is because the state is protecting the guilty and pursuing to prosecute the innocent. This is the motion here. And as you can see, he's serious about, because see, I've got the results of the DNA. Even though the trial hasn't happened yet, how could I get the results of the DNA? Usually that isn't available until the trial or till after the trial. Oh, I kind of got it like that, you know? The DNA doesn't match the knife, doesn't match anything anywhere. Doesn't match, they say they have his palm prints. On the telephone, he used to make a call to the parts store to get a part for the lawnmower. That's the only place he got his palm prints. Now, it was pretty confusing about all this, okay? They say, well, the telephone was ripped out of the wall and tossed down the street. Now, why would... Okay. So, you go in and kill someone, and you know that your fingerprints are on a telephone? Why would you, I don't get it. Why would you wouldn't even be thinking about taking the telephone and hiding the telephone to hide the prints and stuff. It don't make any sense, you know? They said the telephone was found in the river down the road or something like that, you know? The telephone he used to make a phone call to the parts store. And the whole thing is that they found a mask across the street that has no DNA to match him. And I've got that proof too. Anyway, this guy, the only thing John Sarver is guilty of is not being home with his kids and his wife. The only thing he's guilty of is going on a service call to fix a lawnmower, where he became the scapegoat for the family members who killed Eleanor, who are being protected by the state. And you say, well, how can you accuse the family members? How can you accuse John? When the DNA right here shows that he's not guilty. If the family members are not guilty of this, and there is no DNA, and their DNA don't match the DNA that the prosecution has, why don't they volunteer their DNA? Because they are guilty as fuck. They need to be brought down. They need to file some kind of writ to make that DNA available, because if not, not all the evidence is presented. Without the family member's DNA, you have no, all the evidence is not available, or readily available, which is crucial in a court case like this. I mean, you got to be able to rule out. And you can't rule them out. You can't rule them out until they take a DNA test. So in my opinion, the family members are the ones that killed Eleanor Roberts. And just blamed John Sarver as an scapegoat. The DNA speaks volumes of how innocent John Sarver is. Why should I go to bat for a man I barely know? I'll go to bat for any man or any woman that I know for a fact is innocent. Especially in a case like this where the DA is protecting the guilty. And the DNA don't match the person they got in jail. So how the hell are you going to tell me not to go and fight for the innocent? John Sarver is only guilty of being away from his family. He's only guilty, like I said, of fixing a lawnmower for an elderly lady who could not do it herself. He did a good deed, and the rest of his life, he's used as an scapegoat. They had no evidence before. They have no evidence now. There's nothing proving that John Sarver did this. Oh, a lot of people are saying he did it. Okay, well, he said, she said. Okay? I'm saying that Lynn and June had something to do with Eleanor's death. Either one of them or both of them are the killer, but since they're under protection, we'll never know. Because they're too chicken to give up their DNA because they know they're guilty. They are straight up guilty. If not, prove me wrong. Give up your DNA. I know you're watching this, you little bastards. Oh, I'm protecting freedom of speech, bitches. You say you're not guilty. You say that I'm falsely accusing you. Prove it. Give up your DNA. Because June and Lynn or Lon or whatever his name is are both guilty of this murder. And the DA knows it. That's why she's protecting him. But because of she works with Lon or Lynn or Lon or whatever the fuck his name is, they protect their own. It's pretty funny how people of the legal profession, the government, can go around murdering people, their own family members, and just blame someone else. And see, you gotta remember, Eleanor Roberts had just tons of money. She was rich as fuck. Okay. So the one who would benefit from this would be the son, the grandson. Well, the son is dead, but the son's widow, who is June. You know, cause shortly after, after Eleanor died, and there was this whole boatload of money. About 20 years later or so, Marshall dies of some kind of chronic illness or something, But he died at home, It's pretty funny how his autopsy it's kind of fishy in the first place because I read his autopsy. It's kind of fishy, you know. But anyway, I'm not going to get into that. And now, in the end, June and the son, Lon or Len or whatever the hell his name is, has got all his money. Which, in my opinion, is paying off the district attorney prosecuting this case. And she wants some of that money. So, hey, what the heck, let's protect them. Let's get them a writ to where they're protected. They can't ever be tried. They can't ever be a suspect because now they're under state protection. Why? Money. Money is the root of all evil. Maybe I'm wrong, but maybe I'm not. We'll never know because their DNA is protected. I mean, you're accusing my friend or my friend's brother. Why can't I accuse you? You're accusing my friend's brother without any evidence. So I'm going to accuse you without any evidence. You people got to wake up and realize out there that district attorney is trying to prosecute an innocent man. Remember, this could be any one of you out there. He said, she said is all they got. They got no hard evidence. I've got the DNA results to prove it. How I got them, that's my business. And it will never be given up. Not well, a federal order. I fall under that category. So, yeah. Even though the trial hasn't been done yet, isn't here yet, I got the DNA results. Even before the district attorney, from what I understand, which if she sees this, she's going to be pissed off. In the minute the public sees these DNA results, finding out that the guy they thought was guilty this whole time is actually 100% innocent, I think public opinion is going to sway more towards John. That he is innocent and not guilty, and that the district attorney of Wood County, Wisconsin, is on a witch hunt. Is on a hunt to prosecute anybody they can, any way they can. I get pissed off at court cases that prosecute the innocent. And when the DNA itself proves that the person is innocent, because that's what if they weren't relied on that DNA, they would have never took it. But now that it shows that the man is innocent, they still have the man in jail. Because now they're going to try to do the he said, she said, and take all these liars, all these pathological liars who were born after the crime happened, take all them as witnesses. So full of shit, man. That DA is so full of shit. It just irritates me. Let John go. The DNA proves he's 100% innocent. If he was as guilty as you say he was, where's the DNA to back it up? You don't have it. Why don't you take DNA from the family members, Lynn and June? Why not? It's well known that June and Eleanor fought like cats and dogs the whole time Eleanor was alive. They hated each other's guts. They even threatened each other. I know why. Because you know as well as I do, the family members are guilty. Guilty! If I were, I don't know who that judge is. He's probably getting paid off too. That's why he accepted the agreement not to allow their DNA into court. Oh well, it's my opinion. I'm Jim with Lives Avengers, keeping it real.